Hey folks, well, welcome back to another edition of Reflections with the Rocker here. This story starts out taking place in around 1988. I went to a wrestling event with my brother Steve, the Brawler Lawler, and we had a companion with us named Nick Busick. Nick was a former cop. He was a 1986 Georgia powerlifting champion, and then he also became a pro wrestler stuff. Most of you probably know him as his short stay in WWF as Big Bully Busick. But anyway, on this ride home, Nick was a pretty burly guy. He was a man's man, and from a Serbian heritage. Google that. Anyway, so he wanted to stop by the store, and he grabbed a 12-pack of Heineken bottles. So we're going down the road, and he pulls out one bottle, reaches over the seat belt that he wasn't wearing, back seat, so don't worry. This was in the 80s, so we hadn't gotten woke yet. Anyway, so he takes it and just pops the top off and goes, "Here, kid." Now, mind you, I was a young, inexperienced beer drinker at the time, and of all flavors for him to hand me, well, it was a Heineken. So if you had a Heineken, you know it's kind of an acquired taste. It's your first sip. So I didn't want to be disrespectful to the man. He's wanting me to drink with him. So I take a sip and turn my back to him and ease down beside me in the side of the corridor. We're going down the road, and he finishes his beer and reaches down and grabs another beer out. "There you go, kid. Part 2. Set that down. This goes on for a little bit, and I think I done had maybe 3 beers, and at this point I'm praying to God that we're almost to where we need to get him to. I can't remember if it was his car or to his house or whatever it was. I was praying because I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I was running out of room to hide these pretty much full bottles of Heineken between me and the car door. And so to this day, every time I see a Heineken or have a Heineken or just see the logo, it makes me think of my dear friend, Big Bully Busick. He was definitely one of a kind. What happened to the beers? Well, I held on till we got to the house and everybody's unloading the cars and stuff like that. And as bad as I hate to, it was a true case of alcohol abuse, because I kind of poured them out and then disposed of the beer bottles. Yeah. Nowadays you wouldn't catch me doing that, but remember I was a young, pretty much inexperienced beer drinker at the time with that stuff. So fast forward a couple years, I had my debut match in '89, and then Nick, along with the Bill Eadie Mass Superstar, or you might know him best as WWF Demolition Axe. All along, my brother had a training school in Alpharetta, Georgia, so I got to learn from all 3 of them a little bit more. And they also produced who's known as now is Buff Bagwell, and Disco Inferno came out of that training camp in Alpharetta, along with Murder One and a few other names came out of their stuff. And then around, I think it's in July '91, Nick signs a contract with WWF and he leaves us here in Georgia. He only stayed there, I think, through November that same year. It was very rare and unheard of that he wasn't unhappy, so he asked for his release after a few months of his contract. So then he comes back to Georgia, and then him and Bill Eadie also had a security company and parking lots and whatnots and concert events that also got to work a few of those. I think the second Yeah. The second Ted Allen show, also known as The Nightmare to Remember, took a risk. He was living up north, and I'm always reaching out, trying to bring people back in that was, good friends with Ted Allen, and the fans would enjoy seeing stuff. So I called Nick, and to my surprise, he had a Big Bully nutrition company, and he actually had a few customers down here in Georgia. So he made a business trip out of it and came down. It's going to be part of the show right behind me stuff. And I'm like, sweet talked him, put on the old Terry charm, and asked him thoughts of him actually coming back and actually wrestling. Now, mind you, at this point in his life, Nick had a pacemaker. So he probably shouldn't have been in the ring, but he took a chance and told him, hey, we put him in a 6-man tag, tag with my brother and myself. So I kind of actually got to tag with a few of my mentors. So we get to the match, and Nick's a little concerned about his pacemaker, and all of us were too. But he's like, I said, well, let you do a couple of things out of that stuff, and then we'll take most of the match. That way, no risk involved. When we get there, about to go out the door, and Nick's like, hey, I want to start the match. Okay, I guess he's the one to get his little couple minutes, and that'd be done with him. Stuff just be out there, just playing it safe. We get there and starts wrestling, and still wrestling. I look at our brother. I said, I guess we're just going to be the cheerleaders tonight, because he felt good and he's having a good time, which it did my heart good. And then finally we tagged out and everybody got their real spots and stuff, and then the match ended and all that stuff, and that was the last time I actually saw my friend in person, because he after the shows and went back up north to home, and then in 2015, Nick got diagnosed with esophageal cancer. True to form as a fighter that he was, he beat it and was cancer free in 2016. And then in 2017, he was told he had a brain tumor. And we lost him in 2018. You can only fight so hard and so long, but he went out fighting to the very end. Take the photos, make memories, and document as much as you can stuff. I don't have a seatbelt. I have to go, I guess, old-fashioned. Cheers to the bully. As the poops and pops and all that say, peace, love, see ya.